All right, so today I'm going to share the historical context of Isaiah 63, and I found it off of Matthew Henry's kind of blog or Bible study tools that I like to read. So it says, chapter 63. In this chapter, we have God coming toward his people in ways of mercy and deliverance, and this is to be joined to the close of the foregoing chapter where it was said to Zion, "Behold, thy salvation comes." For here it is shown how it comes, God's people meeting with him in their devotions and addressing themselves with suitable affections. And this part of the chapter is carried to the close of the next. In this, we have a thankful acknowledgement of the great favors of God, the magnifying of these favors from the consideration of God's relation to them, his compassionate concern for them, their unworthiness, and the occasion which it gave both him and them to call to mind former mercies. A very humble and earnest prayer to God to appear for them in their present distress, pleading God's mercy, their relation to him, their desire toward him, and the insolence of their enemies, so that, upon the whole, we can learn to embrace God's promises with an active faith, and then to improve them and make use of them both in prayers and praises. And the modern day application, I want to read Isaiah 63, 12 through 14 first. It says, "Who sent his glorious arm of power to be at Moses' right hand, who divided the waters before them, to gain for himself everlasting renown, who led them through the depths. Like a horse in open country, they did not stumble. Like cattle that go down to the plain, they were given rest by the Spirit of the Lord. This is how you guided your people to make for yourself a glorious name." And I love how it says that is how God guided his people. Now listen to this again. It says, like a horse in open country, they did not stumble. So I just picture horses like wild horses galloping in an open field. Like cattle, that go down to the plain to graze and just relax. They were given rest by the Spirit of the Lord. This is how you guided your people to make for yourself a glorious name. So God is an amazing guide and provider to us. And it reminded me of Deuteronomy 31:6. It says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you or forsake you." And in that, I see God's committed leadership to us. That he's not going to lead us somewhere and then bolt and say, I can't be here, I'm afraid. God is steadfast. He never leaves us or forsakes us. And so when he does lead us in these places that verses 12 through 14 are talking about, he leads us to places where we can roam and experience the fullness of him and what he created us to be, but then also just to have peace. But we are guided by him and we can trust his word. So that is the finality of week 6, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.